In this video, we are going to continue the multiplication principle. So here in this question, how many different three-digit odd numbers can be written here and can be formed by using the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 it is given. Here when they say a three-digit number, you know, I said we are going to draw three boxes here, and here in these three boxes for three digit, how many possible numbers can be written into these boxes? We are going to write that one. Okay, when we say odd numbers, for being odd, the number it should end with odd numbers. So end with odd from this set. If you write from this set here, these numbers should end by 5 and 7 or 9. It should end with these numbers. So the last digit of three-digit number has three possible cases, and then we have 6 possible cases for the first digit, 6 possible cases for the second digit we have, because here it is not written without repeating question. So 6 times 6 times 3 different three-digit odd numbers can be written. Here again I'm repeating, the number of 3 represent here these numbers can end with only 5, 7 and 9. So there are 3 possible cases for that one, and we started from the rule box, and it's going to be 6 times 6 times 3, 36 times 3, it's going to be equal to 108 is going to be, so 108 different numbers can be written. Okay, then here we have the set again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many three-digit numbers can be written? Like previous one, we can write them here. We can draw again three-digit boxes, and it's going to be equal to 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So 125 numbers can be written. 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to 125 is going to be. How many three-digit odd numbers can be written? If we say odd numbers, as you remember from the previous one, numbers should end with odd numbers. So end with odd numbers when we say when we draw the boxes here. For this one only we have 3 possible cases again. Here it will end by 1, 3 or 5 it's going to be. So it's going to be equal to here 5 times 3 is going to be, which is equal to 5 times and 5 times 3, which is equal to 75. Here if we start to C1, how many three-digit numbers can be written without repeating? It says without repeating. If it says three-digit numbers here, as you see, this is different than first and second one, and here the important part, and we have to be careful without repeating part, written without repeating. This part is important. So it's not like 5 times 5 times 5, because for the first one you can write 5 different numbers. If you cannot use that number in the second one, it means that for the second place there are 4 possible cases, and if you use 2 numbers here for the third one, there are only 3 possible cases, which is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 is going to be, and that's going to be equal to 5 times 4 20, pardon, 5 times 4, yes, it's 20, and times 3 is going to be equal to 60. So there are 60 different numbers which where the numbers are not repeating. Okay, the last one is how many 3-digit odd numbers can be written without repeating. So it's now this question is adding two numbers here without repeating and odd number it's going to be, sorry, without repeating and odd number is going to be. So again we are going to draw 3 boxes here. These questions are very important without repeating and odd numbers. They are very important here. They are very important because we have 2 rules here, not only 1 rule. We have 2 rules. So we are going to start with always the from the rule box for the without repeating questions. What is the rule here? Odd numbers. Here without repeating is secondary rule. That's why we're not starting with that one. So firstly we are going to write how many odd numbers there are. Okay, how many odd numbers there are? 1, 3 and 5, so there are 3 possible cases. Okay, here in this question it was not written, it was not mentioned, in the second part it was not mentioned we have 3-digit odd numbers. So what we made, we made 5 for this one because there are 5 possible cases. But if it is odd number, it should end by the odd number and you use odd chance here. So if you use odd chance here, there are, first you will write this down, then you are going to write it here. So you have 4 possible different numbers here and 4 of them if you use, then here for this one we have 3 possible cases. So the answer is 4 times 3 times 3, it's going to be 4 times 3 is going to be equal to 12 times 3, which is equal to 36 numbers here, 36 numbers odd and without repeating. Without repeating numbers we have here. Okay, now in this question, for this question we are going to, here there is a 0 also, and the questions here A, B, C, D are similar with the previous one. So when it says how many 3-digit numbers it can be written, we have to be careful also for the first digit. For the first digit we know that if there are 6 numbers here, normally if all of them different than 6, the answer is going to be 6, 6 and 6, but here it's going to be equal to 5 times 6 times 6, because for the first digit 0 is not possible, so 0 cannot be in the first set, and it's going to be equal to 5 times 6 times 6, which is equal to 180 different 3-digit numbers can be written by using the set here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how many 3-digit odd numbers can be written? How many 3-digit odd numbers can be written? So I'm going to start from the rule box firstly. So for the rule here, for the first box I can write only 5 digits here, and for the second one, here second one is odd numbers. Odd numbers means it should end with 1, 3 and 5, so it's going to be, there are 3 possible cases for this one, and there are 6 numbers total, and it's not written here without repeating. That's why you can use 6 of them. For the second place you can use 6 different numbers, so the answer is going to be 5 times 6 times 3, which is equal to 60, and 5 times 90 is going to be, 90 it's going to be. Okay, now without repeating parts it starts. When we have without repeating, it means that we have to be careful about the number of numbers. Here again I'm going to write 3-digit, and it says that 3-digit numbers without repeating. So 3-digit numbers without repeating, when you say here, there are 5 possible cases for this one, and you used one of them. You can use 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You used one of them. Then for the second box, we have 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have 5 possible cases again. And for the third one, we used both of them. So we have 4 possible cases. So the answer is 5 times 5 times 4, which is equal to 100 is going to be. Okay. For the D1, how many 3-digit odd numbers can be written? When you say odd numbers here, we are going to be careful about the last digit and the first digit, but we are going to start from the last digit, because here being odd is important without repeating, and 0 case here. So odd is how many odd numbers I have. It should end with odd number for the rule. So 1, 3, and 5. Here there are 3 possible cases. And I used 1, 3, or 5. One of them I used. For the second one, I cannot use, for the first digit, I cannot use again 0. So 1, 3, 5, I used 3, let's say. Then there are 1, 2, 4, and 5. So 4 possible cases for the first digit. And you used 2 numbers here. Let's say we used 3 and 4. Then we have 4 possible cases for the second digit. So the answer is going to be 4 times 4 times 3, which is equal to 16 times 3, and that's going to be equal to 48 is going to be. Here, this question also, it's important. Even numbers, it says here, because here there is an intersection of the rules. What are the intersection of the rules? 0 cannot be first digit, and if it is even, it should end with 0, 2, 4. So we are going to separate our question into 2 parts, because 0 is here problem. So we are going to show the place of 0 with respect to that one. With respect to that one, we are going to find. Here we are going to say if it ends with 0. If it ends with 0, I couldn't write here because there was no place, enough place. Yes, if it ends with 0. Here, if it ends with 0, because even numbers ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. If it ends with 0, there is only one possible case. Or if it ends with here the set is, if you remember, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be 2 and 4 because there are 2 different ends. Or if it ends with 2 or 4, it means that there are 2 possible cases here. And here also, if it ends with 0, when you use the 0 at the end, here you have, I'm going to write the set here for the understanding better, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here, for this one I'm writing, if it ends with 0, I used 0. For the first one, I have 5 possible cases, and I used one of them because it says without repeating, so I used 2 of them. Let's say there are 4 possible cases, so the answer is 5 times 4 times 1, which is equal to 20. But we didn't finish. So these numbers ends with 20 numbers ends with 0. Okay, for the second one, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 we have. If it ends with 2 or 4, let's say it's 2, so you have 5 digits left. But for the first one, again you cannot use 0, so 1, 3, 4, and 5 you can use. That's why there are 4 possible cases to use that one. And when you cancel one of them, again, let's say we used for the first digit 3, then we have 0, 1, 4, 5 for the second digit, and for the second digit 0 is possible, so we have 4 possible cases, and it's going to be equal to 4 times 4 times 2, which is equal to 16 times 2, 32. And when you add them 20 plus 32, there are 52 numbers, even numbers without repeating, we can say. With numbers without repeating, we can say. Also here 52, you can find the 52 because without repeating numbers 100, and odd ones 48, so 100 minus 48, which is equal to 52. Also even numbers without repeating is going to be.